this further. Very good evening to you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
It seems that the ANC has had a lot of divisions, specifically also before the build-up to December elections. What essentially needs to be done?
What needs to be done is that we need to be honest to ourselves and then deal with the situations in a proper way and remove the gangsterism within the movement. And because if we don't, look at what is happening in KZN when comrades have been killed, when those who have different views have been killed. So there are certain people that need to be removed in particular positions so that we can build the movement. You would recall President Ramaphosa has been talking about ending corruptions. And that corruption has to do with these issues of gangsterism, where our comrades have been killed, have been victimized, because they do not agree on a particular view.
Yeah, let's talk about how, some of the activities that we've seen happening, including the violence, including the protests, and how this has affected the ANC's program, as well as the structures within the PEC, specifically in the KZN province, as well as the Northwest.
You would recall, this is the results of the gangsterism, because one person do not want to leave the power. Because you will recall in two provinces, in KZN, the PEC was disbanded so that the task team were then being formed. And then also in Free State. Now you would recall with the issues of corruptions involving some senior leaders. So some people are using some leaders within the party not to be removed from the power because they will protect their own interest. Hence, you will see these such kind of things. Where in the world have you seen that people going to the branch meeting and then you find bodyguards, SABs been there, carrying the guns, not even allowing other members to go and exercise their views so free. So that's why I was saying that something has to be done. We need to remove those particular individuals, where by the court, in Maritzburg, also in Free State, have said these people were not supposed to be there. They are not able to unite the movement. So this particular individual need to be removed so that the organization can be built. Because we have a very serious challenge. We have a gangsterism tendency where comrades are being victimized, are being killed because they do not agree with a certain individual. So those who are in power are using them.
Let's talk about, what seems to be the divide within the ANC. Case in point, the Northwest. We heard the resignation being announced from the Premier, and then just a couple of hours later, him recalling his own resignation. And then we have PEC branch members coming to the fore saying, we have not been notified about our Premier resigning. We will not accept his resignation until he comes to explain and gives us reasons why.
Come on, be serious. Do you call that a PEC meetings? The Supra is a chair. He's the one who was chairing that. So obviously he was dictating on them. So there's a problem of dictatorship. So it was not, I don't think that was a proper PEC meeting, because some members of the PEC, that was just an affectional meetings that happens with those that support Supra. How do you have a person in question chairing the meeting? And that was Supra. Supra is the one that was chairing the very same meetings. So the problem that we have, it is the people, the senior leadership who are corrupt, who do not want to leave. You would recall from the issue of African Bank, you would know that Northwest is known to be investing 80 million where it was never been in any paper from the Treasury, in all this budget speech that was being read. So what is happening in Free State, in Northwest, is that Supra knows that if he can go together with his a group, they know that they will be arrested. So they are afraid of prison because Comrade Cyril is not playing and dealing with corruption. So they're just playing tactics, because there was never been that I don't call that a PEC meeting. It was just a group of people who went there, because there were some members of the PEC who were not even invited to attend the meeting. So to me, that is not even an PEC meeting. It was just some stock fells that happens there to protect the interests of Supra.
Now, Sir Ramaphosa has, of course, placed the Northwest Province under national government, under Section 101. What is your response and your reaction to that?
Well, 2 weeks back, I think about 3 weeks back, we went to Northwest. We spent about a week and we interact with all 4 regions and talking to the comrade to say that the issue of banning the infrastructure is not good. Let's sit down and deal with this matter in a proper way. And then after that, we send a report to the office of the president. We send a report to the office of the speaker in Northwest Legislature. And we even said that we suggest that this has to be done. So what the president have done, we really welcome it and we accept it. But we are saying to the president, that is not enough. The PEC in Northwest must be disbanded and it must be done as yesterday. Because we can't have the ANC, it has been, it's even very difficult for a Christian person to join the ANC. Because we thought that the ANC is a place where there is no peace. It's a place where people are always fighting. It's a place where people are killing one another and every day. And that is not the nature of the ANC. So we are saying that SUPRA must go. SUPRA must, and the PEC, it must be disbanded. So the president and the NEC, they should take a very serious step in removing that man.
Definitely. We thank you very much for your time this evening. Hangwi Maumela in with us in studio discussing, of course, what's been taking place within the Northwest as well as ANC unity and the factionalism that we've been seeing. Let's take a short break here on SABC News.